Hey everyone, it's your family doctor here. Welcome back. Today I want to talk about something that I think is one of the most overlooked secrets in healthcare, and I'll be honest with you. Most people don't know this, but if you really understand it, it could change the way your body heals. Have you ever felt like you're doing everything right, but you're still getting sick? You're taking your vitamins, you go to the gym when you get your yearly physical, and yet you're exhausted or your blood pressure keeps creeping up or your stomach is always upset. I see this in my office every single day. Patients in their 30s and 40s coming in with new diagnoses of cancer, high blood pressure, diabetes, or even heart attacks and strokes. And it's not just adults anymore. I'm seeing more kids and teenagers struggling with depression, anxiety, and insomnia than ever before. We're spending hundreds of dollars on supplements, health screenings, yoga classes, and wellness shots, but somehow we feel worse. Our clinics are packed, the waiting rooms are full, people are taking more medications, but they're not getting better. So, what is going on? Here is what I've learned after more than a decade of practicing medicine. The real problem is rarely just in your body, it starts in your mind. Now, I know that sounds a little soft, but stay with me because the science backs this up. The truth is, more than 90% of chronic illnesses have an emotional root. Not the virus, not the bacteria, the feelings you carry every single day. Your body has an incredible built-in repair system. Think about it, a cut scabs over on its own, a cold goes away without antibiotics, a broken bone fuses back together. That's your self-healing power at work. But here's the catch, when you live in a constant state of anger, anxiety, sadness, or fear, that self-repair system basically goes offline. The happier you are, the stronger your immune system becomes, the calmer you are, the smoother your blood and energy flow. This is not just philosophy, it's biology. Ancient texts talked about this thousands of years ago. They said that each emotion is tied to an organ. Anger affects the liver, worry affects the stomach, sadness affects the lungs, fear affects the kidneys. And you know what? Modern science has confirmed the same thing. We now know that more than 90% of chronic diseases are linked to long-term emotional stress. When you stay anxious, stressed, or angry, your body pumps out cortisol and adrenaline stress hormones that actually suppress your immune system. That opens the door to over 200 different conditions, including cancer, heart disease, autoimmune disorders, gut issues, and hormone imbalances. If you look closely, almost every chronic illness has an emotional fingerprint on it. I can't tell you how many patients I've seen who came in for a physical problem, but the real issue was emotional. Let me give you an example. I had a patient in her late 40s who kept coming back with breast lumps and breast pain. We did all the imaging. We did the biopsies. Everything came back benign, but the pain kept coming back and the swelling wouldn't go away. Finally, I sat down with her and asked a question that I don't always ask. Are you holding in a lot of anger or frustration lately? She looked at me like I had three heads, but then she started crying, and she told me her mother had just been diagnosed with a serious illness, her husband was checked out and not helping at home, and her teenage kids were acting out. She said she was holding everything together. She couldn't fall apart. She couldn't cry. She couldn't even admit she was exhausted. I looked at her and I said, your breasts aren't the problem, your heart is exhausted, your body is using your breast tissue to tell you it's time to stop holding it all in. She didn't believe me at first, but I said, go home, sleep a full 8 hours for 3 nights. Don't solve anybody else's problems. Let the dishes sit, let the laundry wait, just rest. She did it. And when she came back 3 days later, the swelling had gone down almost by half. Now, was that a miracle? No, that's physiology. When you stop holding your breath, your blood flows, your energy moves, and your body stops fighting itself. So let me say this clearly. Every time you get angry, you're making yourself sick. When you get mad, your liver gets congested. When you worry, your digestion slows down or stops. When you hold in sadness, your lungs and your heart take a hit. When you're afraid, your kidneys and adrenal glands get overworked. And even when you're overly excited or manic, your mind gets scattered. These aren't metaphors. These are real chemical changes happening in your body right now. The very first thing that negative emotions attack is your immune system, and if you don't give that emotion an exit, it will find one either through your body or through your mind. Think of emotions like water. You can't stop a river by damming it up, you have to let it flow. A lot of people think being emotionally strong means never losing control, never crying, never getting upset, so they bottle everything up. I shouldn't be angry, I shouldn't be sad, I shouldn't fall apart. But emotions aren't your enemy, they're messengers. They're trying to tell you something important. Anger tells you that you've been wronged. Sadness tells you that you need comfort. Fear tells you that you feel unsafe. When you suppress them, they just build up, and eventually they leak out through your body as lumps, cysts, pain, or inflammation. Your body is speaking for you because your voice was silent. The solution isn't to suppress your emotions or to explode at your family. It's to express them cleanly. You can say, I'm angry because I feel like I wasn't treated fairly. You can say, I feel hurt because I gave so much and nobody noticed. You can say, I'm sad right now and I need some time to process this. You can say, I feel overwhelmed. Can we pause this conversation? You can say, I'm worried, but I'm trying to trust that things will work out. When you put words to your feelings, you give them a healthy release valve, and then your body doesn't have to suffer the consequences. Look, we all know life isn't perfect. My advice, don't waste your energy on toxic people or things you can't change. If you can fix the problem, fix it. If you can't, step away for a while and come back to it later with a fresh mind. Sometimes you just have to put things down and pick them up later. I promise you, a lot of the things that seem like a crisis today will seem much smaller a week from now. The worst thing you can do is hold all that toxicity inside your chest. When your emotions are blocked, your blood stagnates, and over time, that stagnation turns into disease. I always tell my patients that every disease is basically a sign that the immune system lost a fight. And more often than not, the trigger for that fight isn't the germ, it's the hurricane inside your head. If you're living in a state of anger, anxiety, or grief, your immune system is fighting an uphill battle every single day, and eventually it loses. That's why real wellness isn't about how many supplements you take or how often you hit the gym. It's about emotional regulation. When your emotions are stable, your blood flows. When your blood flows, your energy pathways are open. When your energy pathways are open, your body stays healthy. That's the foundation. Everything else is just a bonus. Have you ever noticed that the healthiest, most vibrant, older people you know aren't usually the ones who stress the most or work the hardest? They're the ones who know how to slow down. They don't fight over small things. They eat well. They sleep well and they laugh from the belly. They have plenty of problems just like the rest of us, but they don't carry those problems around in their bodies. When they hit a roadblock, they take a breath and figure it out. If they can't fix it, they put it down for a while. They know that slowing down helps them see clearly, and that clarity gives them peace. I see too many people who burn the midnight oil at work, sacrifice their own health for their families, or keep up appearances for the neighbors. And what happens? Ulcers, insomnia, high blood pressure, depression. They think they're being productive, but they're actually self-destructing. You can't trade your health for a paycheck and expect to buy it back. You can't trade your dignity for approval and expect it to heal your pain. Here's a hard truth. As long as you worry about what other people think of you, they control you. If you're always seeking validation, you'll never really be your own person. True freedom is when you stop caring about the critics, when you're not afraid of rejection, and when you're not desperate for praise. You just do your work, you walk your path, and you let the chips fall where they may. When you stop looking for answers outside of yourself, you start living, and let's be honest, you can't control everything. Not every effort pays off, not every relationship works out, not every dream comes true, and that's okay. Give yourself a break. Some things are just meant to happen, and some aren't. If it's yours, it will stay. If it's not, let it go. The world is loud and messy, and if you let it get under your skin, your mind gets confused. When your mind is confused, your energy is scattered. When your energy is scattered, sickness follows. What traps most people isn't the problem itself, it's the fear, the overthinking, the self-doubt, and the regret. Those invisible things are what do the real damage. I often say that the core of wellness is nurturing your heart. When your heart is at peace, your natural defenses are strong. When you're not chasing after things, not fighting over scraps, not worrying about tomorrow, your body fills up with healthy energy and disease can't get in. That is the highest level of health you can achieve. If you have a generous heart, things tend to work out. If you have a tolerant mindset, good things come to you. And being tolerant isn't being weak, it's a skill, it takes practice. The world has its own rhythm, and a lot of things happen because they have to. When you look at life with a generous spirit, you'll start seeing more beauty, and that in itself is healing. So here's the bottom line. Most of the time, your doctor doesn't heal you. We give you advice, we prescribe medications or refer you to specialists. We do our best, but the real healing happens when you decide to treat yourself with kindness, whether you go to a Western MD or you explore other methods. All of those are just tools to restart your body's own repair system. The real moment of healing happens the moment you decide, I'm going to be good to myself. And what does that look like? The writer Romain Rolland once said that the only true heroism is loving life, even after you've seen how hard it can be. A strong person can enjoy the best things in life and also survive the worst. They don't fall apart after one failure. They don't self-destruct after one criticism. They don't give up after one breakup. They accept that life is going to be hard, but they also know that the good parts are worth fighting for. They show up, they let themselves be seen, and they keep going, just like a flower that blooms in the spring. Even though it knows winter is coming, you see, wellness is a positive loop. When you treat your emotions well, Your body responds by giving you better sleep, more energy, and a stronger immune system. When you feel better, your mood improves, your relationships improve, and everything in your life starts to click. It all feeds back into itself. So, in my opinion, the world's best wellness practice isn't running a marathon, doing a cleanse, or buying the most expensive supplement. It's keeping your inner peace in a loud, chaotic world. When you're stable, your energy flows, your immunity stays strong, and disease has a much harder time finding a foothold. I tell my patients all the time, you are your own best doctor because nobody knows your body better than you. You know when you're tired. When you're sad, when something is wrong, you don't always need to run to me or to a specialist. You need to sit quietly and listen to yourself. When you're exhausted, rest. When you're sad, let yourself cry. When you're angry, express it appropriately. When you're anxious, take a deep breath and slow down. You don't have to be strong all the time. You just need to be real. True strength means accepting that you're not invincible and accepting that life isn't always perfect. That saying about how the tree doesn't stop growing just because a leaf falls off. That's how we need to be. The ancient philosopher Zhuangzi once said something like, "Don't get tangled up in right and wrong. Just live peacefully with the world. Don't be so attached to winning every argument, proving every point, or controlling every outcome. Let go a little, enjoy the moment you're in." Right now, everybody is obsessed with wellness, running, fasting, hot soaks, probiotics, detox teas, you name it. And I'm not saying those things are bad, but if you're doing all of that and you're still stressed out, you're basically treading water. The ultimate wellness practice is emotional balance. I've seen it in my own practice for over a decade. Patients come in with a thick coating on their tongue, a racing pulse, and a pale complexion. I ask them, are you sleeping? Are you stressed? Are you holding a grudge? And they always nod. I tell them before I give you any prescription, let's try this, go home, sleep, stop solving everyone's problems, and stop being so hard on yourself. And when they come back, sometimes just a few days later, their color is better. Their pulse is smoother, and even their stomach aches or headaches have eased. That's not because of a pill, that's because they quieted their mind and their body started doing its job again. I always say that before you treat the disease, you have to settle the mind, and before you settle the mind, you have to nurture the heart. A chaotic mind creates a chaotic body. A calm mind creates a calm body. If you're constantly anxious, angry, or grieving, your liver gets blocked, your stomach can't digest properly, your lungs get weak, and your kidneys get depleted. You could take the best supplements on the market and they're just going to add fuel to the fire instead of helping. It's wasted money and wasted effort. But if you can be a little more generous, a little less judgmental, a little less scared, your inner energy flows naturally and your immune system gets stronger all on its own. Like Zhuangzi said, stop trying to label everything as right or wrong. Stop trying to win every argument. Learn to coexist with the world and learn to coexist with yourself. When you stop sweating the small stuff, your body rewards you, you sleep better, your skin clears up, your appetite returns, and even your annual lab results look better. Being big-hearted is a form of self-care. It helps you dissolve your worries. When you can accept people, accept mistakes, and accept uncertainty, your heart feels lighter. Just like the air needs to flow to stay fresh, your emotions need to move to stay healthy. If everything gets blocked up, it gets toxic. I've seen too many people living in constant tension, worried about getting laid off, worried about their kids' report cards, worried about what their in-laws think. They spend so much energy trying to control the outside world that they forget the only thing they can really control is what's inside. You can't stop the noise outside, but you can decide how much of it gets inside your head. True strength is being okay with who you are. Even when things aren't going perfectly, the tree doesn't worry about losing a few leaves. When you accept that you're not perfect, that life is unpredictable, and that some things won't work out no matter how hard you try, you find peace. The best kind of letting go isn't buying a bunch of birds at the pet store and releasing them. It's letting go of the version of yourself that you've been criticizing, judging, and pushing to the limit every single day. Have you ever stopped to think about how often you tell yourself you're not good enough? You regret decisions you made years ago, you worry about things that haven't even happened yet, and you compare your behind the scenes to everyone else's highlight reel. That's a prison you've built for yourself, and if you don't unlock the door, nobody else can. If it's meant for you, it will stay. If it's not, let it go. Cherish what you have right now, and don't hold on so tight to what's already gone. Go after what you want, but don't beat yourself up if it takes time or if it doesn't happen at all. Rest when you're tired. Don't try to control every little detail, go with the flow. Now, if you really want to get healthy, you need to be kind to yourself, not just in a vague, I love myself way, but in the day-to-day practical habits that make a difference. Let me give you 6 simple things you can do starting today. They don't cost money, they don't take a lot of time, but if you stick with them, your body will thank you. Number one, limit your time with people who drain you. Have you ever noticed that after a difficult conversation with someone, you get a headache or your stomach feels off? That's not coincidence. Some people drain your energy like a leaky tire. If you're always around people who complain, criticize, or manipulate, your mind gets heavy and your energy gets stuck. There's a quote I love: as long as you care about what other people think of you, you're their prisoner. Stop giving away your power. Focus on your own path and let other people live theirs. Number two, express your feelings clearly. Don't just swallow them. A lot of us think being nice means never making a fuss. So we bottle up anger, hurt, and disappointment, but feelings don't just go away. They settle, they become knots, cysts, inflammation, and pain. Instead of exploding or shutting down, practice saying things like, I feel hurt because I don't think I was heard. I need a few minutes to myself right now. I'm feeling overwhelmed and I'd appreciate some space. I need support, not criticism right now. When you speak your truth this way, your emotions have an outlet and your body doesn't have to carry the burden. That's not weak. That's taking responsibility for yourself. Number three, give yourself 10 minutes of quiet time every day. You don't need to sit cross-legged or chant anything. Just sit in a quiet corner and breathe. Watch the clouds outside your window. Look at your house plants do absolutely nothing for 10 minutes. That's your emotional reset button. Think of it like rebooting your computer at the end of the day. You can do this in the morning before the chaos starts, or at night before you fall asleep. It's just 10 minutes of you being with you. Number four, practice the art of letting go. Life is unpredictable. You're not going to get every promotion. Not every relationship is going to work out. Your plans will change, and that is completely normal. The sooner you accept that, the less pain you'll feel. Acceptance is not giving up. It's saying, I'll do my best, and I'll be okay with whatever happens. That mental shift alone can take a huge weight off your shoulders. Number five, say nice things to yourself every day. Be honest. When was the last time you complimented yourself? Start today. Look in the mirror and say, I am doing my best. I am worthy of love and respect. I am getting better every day. It's okay to make mistakes today. I'm going to be gentle with myself. These aren't just fluffy words. They change your brain chemistry. When you speak kindly to yourself, you lower your stress hormones. When you criticize yourself, you raise them. Be your own best cheerleader. Number six, spend time outdoors. This is so simple but so powerful. Walk barefoot on the grass. Feel the sun on your face. Take a walk in the park or sit by a lake. Nature has a way of grounding us. It reminds us that we are part of something bigger, and it takes our minds off our endless to-do lists. Try to schedule at least 30 minutes each week to unplug from your devices and just be outside. If you practice these 6 things, I promise you'll start noticing changes. Your sleep will improve, your skin will look healthier, your digestion will get better. Even your luck might seem to turn around because when your mood improves, you notice more opportunities and you have more energy to take them. Wellness is a beautiful cycle. When you treat your emotions well, your body responds with better health. When your body feels better, you have more energy for the things you love. It's not about being perfect. It's about making small, consistent changes and being a little bit kinder to yourself every day. So after all of this, here is the single most important message I want you to take home. You are your own best doctor. You don't have to wait until you're sick to start paying attention. You don't have to wait until you hit rock bottom to give yourself permission to rest. Start today. Don't keep all your emotions locked inside. Don't sacrifice your peace for the approval of others. Don't trade your well-being for a promotion that you'll be too exhausted to enjoy. Yes, life is hard, but the good parts are worth holding on to, and they start with how you treat yourself. The best wellness plan in the world is emotional stability. The best freedom is letting go of the need to prove yourself to everyone around you when you accept life on its own terms. You find peace. When you find peace, your body heals. When your inner energy is strong and balanced, disease has a much harder time getting in. Remember, the happier you are, the stronger your immune system. The calmer you are, the smoother your body works. Treat yourself with the same kindness you'd give your best friend, and your body will take care of the rest. You truly are your own best doctor. Thank you for hanging out with me today. I hope this gives you something practical and real to think about. Start small, pick one thing from this list and try it this week. And if you've been through something similar or you're trying to be kinder to yourself, drop a comment below. I read them and I love hearing your stories. If this video helped you, please give it a thumbs up and share it with someone who might need to hear it. I'll see you in the next one. Take care of yourself and stay healthy. Disclaimer, this is for educational purposes only. Always consult your own doctor before making changes. If you're dealing with any health concerns, please schedule a visit with your primary care doctor. I am here to help you understand the science, not replace professional medical advice.